I apologise for not uploading a Raw review sooner. I've been a little bit ill recently, but here I am back in full shape and form, ready to provide you a Monday Night Raw review. I'm going to start off with the things I didn't like, build up to the quality that Raw provided us, and then give you some announcements. So starting off with the Damien Sandow, Neil Armstrong, Adam Rose segment. I've said this time and time again. I feel sorry for Damien Sandow, a guy with quality and stuff to offer the WWE, but instead he's bringing out these characters, still being entertaining on the mic and making some fans laugh, but you could have done so much more with him. Adam Rose, I'm personally surprised he's still getting TV time and not being told to go and repackage himself. Diego versus Fandango, with El Torito distracting Fandango, and Summer Rae and Layla. I just don't care. This love triangle thing needs to come to an end. I'm not sure if fans are buying into this. I'm surprised we're not getting more boring chants. I'm not finding it entertaining. It's not going to really build up to anything unless it's going to become a Summer Rae vs Layla feud when one of them turns on the other. I don't know, but right now I'm not interested. Natalya and Naomi defeat Alicia Fox and Cameron after Naomi makes Cameron tap out. Forget about Alicia Fox. Her outburst of a heel turn, it happened for a few weeks. I thought it was one last run, but she's seeming to keep a job. Then there's Natalya. I want to see more from her again. She's getting some TV time, but not to be built up to anything, which is a shame because top face versus a top heel, who I'll get to later, would have been a good feud. But Naomi versus Cameron feud continuing, Naomi getting her payback on Cameron, building up to SummerSlam possibly. I'm all for it. It's another Diva feud to build Naomi up to be a contender for the championship. R-Truth. What's up? No, that's how I do it, not R-Truth. But him defeating Bo Dallas was a real surprise. Yes, not as big as The Undertaker losing his streak, but Bo Dallas losing to R-Truth, a guy who's not really had the TV time, the feuds, the segments, to really be a participant or a reason wrestler to defeat Bo Dallas to end his streak. I'm sure nothing's going to be built up from it. Maybe a SummerSlam match. But I thought the one who defeats Bo Dallas would have been someone on TV more and could have used the win over Bo Dallas in promos to continue building up the feud. Not taking anything away from R-Truth, I've always liked him, very entertaining. I enjoy his dance moves, his rapping, his wrestling, but I'm not sure if I agree with him being the one to defeat Bo Dallas. But this did break Bo Dallas's heel out as he grabbed the mic and smashed it against R-Truth, really nailing him on the head, shall we say. And for Bo Dallas now to come out as a heel, to come out as, you've ended my streak, now I'm pissed off. And I'm hoping this is going to push Bo Dallas in a strong way for him to be able to actually start feuds now, because he hasn't got to go through wrestler after wrestler after wrestler to end his streak. Ziggler and the Usos defeat The Miz and Ryback. At first I was thinking, okay, the Usos have moved away from the Wyatts and now going against Ryback. But then I thought, could this not be building up a triple threat tag team between Ryback, Usos and the Wyatt family for the tag team championship at SummerSlam? I hope so. The more emphasis or interest you build up to SummerSlam, and more importantly the tag team division, the better. So I'm hoping that's the direction they go in. Ziggler and The Miz. I'm looking forward to this. I think these two are two good wrestlers to go against each other. Miz has his great character. Dolph's getting some wins here. Just brilliant here. And I'm liking how this feud's going. I look forward to the actual one-on-one match, possibly at SummerSlam, for the championship. And I'm just expecting another good match from these two. Now I'm actually going to compliment someone who I don't normally. John Cena in the opener. No joke, Cena. Brilliant. That's the way he should be 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10. Because when he's like that, especially to the likes of Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, it brings out so much more from the promo, so much more from John Cena. We can respect John Cena. And the back and forth between these two as they both put over Brock Lesnar. John Cena even mentions the 2012 match, which, let me remind you, John Cena should not have won. That, yes, it's in the past, but it's still freaking annoying that it happened. This time round, John Cena, yet again, knows he's going to get his ass kicked like you expect him to and want him to, but he's not going to back down. He's going to come with full force. Brock Lesnar's going to have to take every breath out of him. But I'm just looking forward this time to seeing John Cena take this beating, stay down, and for Brock Lesnar to become the new WWE champion and conquer another guy in the WWE. Conquer the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Cesaro, I'm not sure if he's the comedy kind of guy, but when he came out to insult John Cena's trainers, call him a jacked up billboard, saying that he can't wrestle, John Cena fighting back saying, how about I show you how much of a wrestler I am, or I can wrestle. And that's what happens. Even though Cesaro hitting the uppercut, a beautiful spot for him, John Cena hit the AA from the top rope for the win. Taking nothing away from Cesaro. Cesaro is a great performer. He really showed that he can work alongside the best in the company. But John Cena picked up the win, which makes sense as he's going ahead to face Brock Lesnar. And the other thing is, Cesaro broke his partnership with Heyman because Heyman weren't really benefiting Cesaro, or Cesaro feels he's better on his own. I was hoping for a face turn, but instead we got this match and pushing Cesaro as a heel again. Next is the Paige and AJ segment. Paige on the mic, yes, it's not the best promo work ever, but her getting the mic and her really putting her foot down, saying that I'm young, my emotions get the best of me, I did not mean to do what I did last week, but then again you are possibly crazy. And then AJ fights back saying, I say how I feel to people's faces, even though back when she was in a relationship with multiple wrestlers, she would go from one wrestler to another, and she would express how she feels by getting frustrated or doing skip-de-doo-dah-dees around the ring. But the attack at the end finalised the fact that these two are continuing their feud, going to SummerSlam, which I'm going to say right here, right now, I would not switch it back over to Paige, so AJ should win. That's what I'm saying from now. But promo time between the Divas Championship feud, spot on, loved it, needed, something you should be doing with all divisions in the WWE. Orton attacked Roman Reigns as Reigns was coming down to face Kane. As much as I would love to have seen Reigns versus Kane, if Kane was back as the old character, the character that should never have broken apart into many pieces that the WWE are failing to put together, or even close putting together, I'm glad Orton came out. Kane chokeslammed Reigns, left Orton, which surprised me because I was possibly seeing a triple threat happening. Orton versus Kane versus Reigns at SummerSlam, so Kane can eat the pin for one of the two guys. Maybe it will still happen, but Kane walking out held that thought to one side. The beatdown, yes, it weren't at the end of Raw. So all those times that Reigns came out on top at the end of Raw have not been affected. The fact that Reigns did not come out on top during the show, it doesn't, in my opinion, mean as much. If this happened in the main event segment, I'm not sure if Reigns would have ended up being beat down that badly. But I enjoyed the beatdown. The heels coming out on top over Roman Reigns. Orton looking proud of himself, saying, "You do not take my championship shots away." Because Triple H clearly backstage said, with Reigns about, you will not be getting another championship shot because he will not allow you to become champion. So this led to the beatdown. I'm not sure what this means for Reigns going into SmackDown or next week's Raw, but I'm going to compliment the WWE for giving us a great beatdown. An RKO that still couldn't break the announce table, but for Reigns to take that and for Orton to, he's still not ever going to be the Legend Killer, the Viper, even though he's still being called that. I feel that Orton, not as bad as Kane, is not the guy who he used to be. But I'm looking forward to this stretching on to see if Kane does get put into the match, to see how Reigns gets his revenge, or does Orton come out on top again when it comes to facing each other again. Another great segment. Triple H coming out to the ring with Stephanie, saying how disgusted he is by the WWE Universe of how they treat the Stephanie getting arrested segment, how they were cheering it, how they were loving it. Triple H on the mic, really going against the fans, brilliant. Stephanie going down a breakdown. Get this right, WWE. Get this right, Stephanie. The McMahons do not, I repeat, do not show these signs of weakness. You're a McMahon, damn it. I would like you to come back with full force and take rightly what's yours, the throne of the WWE. You've got Triple H one side, you the other. That's how it should be. But out comes Chris Jericho, the old Chris Jericho who was full of insults back in the day when Jericho used to feud with Triple H and really insult Stephanie. The classic one being when she had her breast enlarged, which didn't look that nice a week or two back when the camera shot showed. Yes, but let's not go into that. Let's just compliment how great Chris Jericho was. Brilliant comedy. He even targeted Triple H. Triple H doing that fake laugh. Ha 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 ha. Brilliant. It was great. And then Triple H still used his option C as Seth Rollins hit down Jericho with the briefcase. May not have been the best hit in the world, but it made the match that we got, which was a brilliant match. Again, this is a match that put on great performances. A bit like Ziggler and The Miz. These two hit it off. They were brilliant. I loved it. It was so great. It was like a code break on the top rope. Seth Rollins showing that he is the heel in the thing. It's hard for me to put this into words, but I feel with the unclean finish as well, when the Wyatts came out and attacked Jericho, it saves Chris Jericho versus Seth Rollins to feud. But then again, Jericho may have insulted the best in the world, Triple H, but Jericho, in 2 months, it's been rumoured that you're going to run off back to Fozzy. Chris Jericho, choose Fozzy or choose the WWE. After what you did on Raw, you should be picking the WWE. You're great, comedy, brilliant. Wrestling, brilliant. Going back to Fozzy, all we can do, make another big comeback. Look, just stay in one of the two, please. But great match, great finish, another great part of Raw, which I'm sure I'm not complimenting it enough, but it is a match I would like to see happen again. The main event segment was not a match, was not the Shield, was not Ambrose. It was actually Stephanie McMahon getting her answer from Brie Bella. And to cut this shorter than what it actually was, Steph and Brie make a deal. Nikki will get a pay raise, and Brie's job will be back on the line if Brie drops the battering charges. That's the only charge that was left that Stephanie got from her arrest. Brie agrees, but Brie wants one more thing: to face Stephanie McMahon at SummerSlam. The match that we expected to happen is happening because Stephanie at first was against it. She's not wrestled in 10 years. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Steph performs in a ring. I know she's a good slapper. I mean, she's good at slapping because that's what she gave Brie Bella to knock her out the ring. And she's going to make Brie Bella, by the end of SummerSlam, her bitch. So I'm expecting Brie to get a job back, to give us a SummerSlam moment, to give Brie Bella her time back in the WWE. She refused to go against the Divas Championship because all she wants is to get her hands on the boss. Brilliant. Loved it. And I think this is going to make a good SummerSlam match. And you know, all those weeks where we saw Finlay, Mercury and Noble, well, it was all building up to see those three faces to separate these two as they brawled. It could not finish with Stephanie looking all tall, like she's a true McMahon. It had to end with a brawl. I'm two-sided. First, I wanted to see Stephanie on top, but then again, the fact that she's getting her job back, she's able to fight and beat up her boss. So, different finish to normal, but a good finish to normal. People, please share your thoughts on Monday Night Raw in the comment section below. I will be reading them. I'll be replying to them. We'll get a discussion going and see what you thought of Raw. But wait, before you leave, the quick announcements. Number one, there is a possibility that Mark Crichton, the British Fist Evolution, will be joining me to do a Raw review sometime in the future. So you'll be getting two opinions on a 3-hour Raw. I'm looking forward to it because if you haven't seen them already, in the British Fist video section on our channel, you can see videos that I've done with Mark. And I think he's a great part of the British Fist Evolution and the British Fist. So please look forward to that. Until next time, YouTubers, goodbye.